Should you buy a Nintendo Wii U in 2017? The Wii U was a console that a lot of people loved that just didn't sell well. It tried a lot of really new and innovative things that at the time didn't work out well, but seemed to have really been incorporated well into the Nintendo Switch. However, with the release of the Switch, is there still any reason to buy one in 2017? Well, let's find out in today's video. Welcome to Stuff We Play, your source for everything weird, adventurous, and retro. If that sounds cool to you, why not subscribe? Now, there are three things we're going to be going over about the Wii U. The games, the gamepad, and the price. Now, first things first, let's get started with the games. Now, the Wii U had some fantastic games. Granted, it had some really lacking third-party support. I mean, it had some third-party stuff when it first launched, such as Zombie U and the absolutely horrendous Sonic games that came out for it, but most of the great games that came out for the Wii U were first-party Nintendo games, and they were great games. We're talking about games such as Mario Kart 8, it's like Mario 3D World. We're talking about games such as New Super Mario Bros. U. In fact, Nintendo even went and gave funding to the creators of Bayonetta to create Bayonetta 2. Now, this is great and all, but the truth of the matter is a lot of the great Wii U titles aren't exclusive to the Wii U anymore. They've either been ported or given sequels to the Nintendo Switch. I mean, there's been Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, there's just so many great Wii U games, but only a few of them are still Wii U exclusive, such as New Super Mario Bros. U, Super Mario Maker, which I know, just going on a side rant, I know there's Super Mario Maker for 3DS, but that does not have online capabilities, which means that version is essentially worthless. What I'm saying is that unless there are a few specific titles you want to play, such as Bayonetta 2, or even better, that special copy of Bayonetta 2 that comes with Bayonetta 1 on a separate disc, then sure, yeah, the Wii U has great games, but know that a lot of those games are either on the Nintendo Switch or are coming to the Nintendo Switch. And there's only one case in which I can think you shouldn't get the Switch version over the Wii U version, and that's Lego City Undercover, which was originally a Wii U exclusive and is a really fun game. It's pretty much just Grand Theft Lego. It's really fun. The problem is they poured that to the Switch and it's a full price release. Nintendo released that, I think it was right before the Switch came out actually, as a Nintendo Select title, which means GameStop still on occasion has new copies of them for 20 bucks. I'm not sure if the Wii U library at this point can justify the purchase, and unless you really want to play some Bayonetta or Mario Maker. Now, number two on the things you need to consider if you want to buy a Wii U in 2017 is the controller. Now, normally when I mention a controller on one of these lists, such as when I mentioned it on my Should You Buy a GameCube in 2017 video, I mention it because either it did something revolutionary or new, or I just really like it. And the gamepad certainly did something revolutionary, but the thing is, normally with a console you have an option to use a third-party controller. On the Wii U, you literally need the gamepad. You will not be able to play some games without them. Granted, some games such as Star Fox Zero just tacked on that support and it kind of took away from it, but the truth of the matter is half of the Wii U experience comes from the gamepad, and your system won't even work properly without it. Granted, most games you can just use standard Wii modes or even the awesome Wii U Pro Controller, but know that you do need the gamepad. Now, what do I think about the gamepad itself? I love the concept of it. Say you live in a small apartment or something, or you only have one TV, or if you're like me when I first got a Wii U and you hooked it up to the living room TV, and your dad comes in and wants to watch the news, well, you can just switch off and just play on here. Granted, the screen isn't nearly as good as something like the Switch screen, but it's certainly passable. I wouldn't use it to watch Netflix or anything, but you know, for playing games, it certainly gets the job done. It certainly registers touch and whatnot well enough as well. The main problem I have with the gamepad is the battery life. The battery life on this thing sucks. You're lucky if you get 2 hours of battery life on here. Honestly, I own a Sega Game Gear, and I feel like that gets better battery life than this thing. And that thing took 6 AA's and went through them after a few hours. Now granted, I did buy this, which is a little Nyko charging thing for 20 bucks. But the thing is, I consider that an essential for the Wii U. Either that or Nintendo later released an upgraded battery that's supposed to last for about 6 hours on a charge, but even then, I don't know why they didn't just go with that battery to begin with. The horrible battery life really takes away from the experience. Now with that, let's go on to thing number 3 to consider on whether you should buy a Wii U in 2017 or not. The price. The price of the console and the price of games. Now Wii U consoles still sell for $200 used in the US. $200, I don't know how I feel about that, because what could you get at $200? You could get an Xbox One. Even better, if you live in the States, why don't just shell out the extra $100 and buy a Switch if you don't own a Switch already? I mean, the only real killer apps that this game has, that this system still has on it that haven't been ported yet, are Bayonetta and Mario Maker in my opinion. And Pikmin 3, but I'm sure that's not too far off for the Switch. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is game prices. Wii U games haven't really gone down price much. In fact, some are starting to shoot up in price. That dual pack of Bayonetta 1 and 2 has really gone up in price. You can still find Bayonetta 2 by itself for cheap, but the version that comes with Bayonetta 1 as well, don't even think about it. Splatoon 1, the original Splatoon, still sells for about $50 to $55 used. At that point, why not just buy the Switch Splatoon 2? Same thing with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The rarest game is it's called Hello Kitty Cruisers, and it's like $100 games. It's literally just a crappy Mario Kart, but it's Hello Kitty. But the thing is, Wii U games just haven't gone down in price much. Now, final thoughts. Should you buy a Wii U in 2017? Well, if you are a really big Nintendo fanboy like I am, absolutely yes. However, on the flip side, if you are a really big Nintendo fanboy like I am, you probably already own a Wii U. Now, if you're just a regular gamer, somebody who wants to get into Nintendo gaming, I'd recommend you try a different console. Go and get a Switch if you can find one, and if you can't find a Switch, get a Wii, the first model Wii, the one that can play GameCube games as well. Trust me, I feel like that's really worth your time right now. Either a Switch or a first model Wii. And the Wii U had some really great titles on it, and I loved mine. I really loved my Wii U, and I don't regret picking it up on launch. However, I don't feel like enough titles came out for it, and I don't feel like there's enough exclusive titles left that haven't been ported to other systems, and especially to the Switch, to justify still buying one in 2017, unless you're really just a collector or a Nintendo enthusiast who just hasn't bought one yet. But you know what, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you disagree with me. Do you think there's still a reason to buy a Wii U in 2017? Let me know down in the comments below. And let me know what other should you buy videos I should do. I've done one on the GameCube, and I've also done one on the TurboGrafx 16 so far, and definitely check those out if you have a chance. And while you're at it, why don't you subscribe to Stuff We Play for more great content like this. So with that, thank you very much for watching, stay classy, and I will see you next time.